You set a goal, you're pumped. You plan it all out. Maybe you even tell your friends. Fast forward a month. Sound familiar? You're not alone. 92% of people abandon their goals. But what if I told you there's a way to make your goals stick for real this time? Welcome to CourseCorrect, your upskilling partner. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to set goals that you won't abandon using psychological hacks, real-life case studies, and science-backed strategies. Stick around because in the very end, I'll also share a simple but game-changing method that almost guarantees success. So let's look at the reasons why you've not been able to stick to your goals first. So number 1, you haven't made failure impossible. Most people quit because failure is too easy. Most of the times when you don't meet your goals, there's really no consequence, or at least not one that immediately disrupts your life. So if you want to actually stick to your goals, make failure harder. So best-selling author Tim Ferriss uses the fear-setting method. He imagines the absolute worst-case scenario if he doesn't achieve his goal. Using fear-setting, you'd ask, what's the worst thing that could happen if I don't stick to this goal? For example, if I don't work out and eat better, my health will decline. In a few years, I might develop a heart disease or diabetes. My energy levels will drop, I'll struggle to keep up with my partner or kids, and I might even face a huge medical bill later in life. Suddenly, skipping that workout feels a lot riskier. Now, you can also take it a step further and make failure immediately painful. Use an app like Stick to bet money on your progress. So if you don't hit your gym goal, you lose $50 to a charity you hate. Studies show people who do this are 80% more likely to succeed because now failure actually hurts. It comes with a price. It's easy to skip the gym when the consequences are vague, but when the pain is real, when it's financial loss or the thought of future regret, you're way more likely to stay committed. Reason number 2. You rely on motivation instead of systems. Motivation is a scam. It fades. The people who succeed, they rely on systems. Think about brushing your teeth. Even on your worst days, you still do it because it's not a habit, it's a decision. Fitness influencers don't always want to hit the gym, but they do go because it's built into their routine. Jerry Seinfeld's Don't Break the Chain method is a perfect example. He didn't set a goal to write better jokes. He simply wrote every day, marking an X on his calendar. So instead of saying, I want to lose 20 pounds, build a system. I'll go to the gym every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. no matter what. Systems beat motivation every single time. Point number 3. Your goals are too big. Most people fail because their goals are either too big or too small, like too easy. James Clear in Atomic Habits calls this the Goldilocks Rule. So goals should be challenging but not impossible. If your goal is to run a marathon but you've never even jogged a mile, you're setting yourself up for failure. So instead start with run 1 mile without stopping. Master that first and then level up. Reason number 4. You're not tracking your wins. The human brain loves progress. But if you don't track your small wins, it feels like you're going nowhere. That's why elite athletes track everything. Studies show that simply writing down progress increases success rates by 42%. The Hawthorne effect proves that people perform way better when they know they're being observed, even if they're only watching themselves. Get a habit tracker, a bullet journal, or even just a sticky note on your fridge, but make your progress visible. The final game changer, identity-based goals. Here's the biggest unlock. Stop setting achievement goals. Start setting identity goals. Achievement goals like I want to read 12 books this year rely on willpower and external results. If you don't see quick progress, you likely quit. When you flip it to identity-based goals, you become the goal. So you say, I am a reader. Instead of, I want to lose weight, you say, I am a healthy person who moves daily. This shift rewires your brain, and it's actually very simple. Let's say you identify as a vegan. If someone offers you a non-vegetarian burger, you don't have to resist the temptation because that's simply not who you are. No motivation needed. Just like a smoker who quits and says, I don't smoke, instead of saying, I am trying to quit. There's like a big difference. Stanford studies show that people who identify with their goal are far more likely to stick with it. So ask yourself, who do you want to become, not just what you want to achieve? If you've made it this far, you know the real reason most goals fail and exactly how to fix it. But if you're thinking, I don't even know what goals I want to achieve in life or what to do with my life, then watch this video on how to find your life purpose using ChatGPT for a walkthrough. I know many people who found this super helpful to figure out what they wanted to do with their life. Until next time, happy learning.